Two of the hardest things to do that people struggle with is actually to be consistent and also to be on time. And today I want to talk to you guys about some of the things I've learned personally and professionally as it relates to achieving my goals. Because I feel like throughout time, I would say over the past 5-10 years, I've achieved a lot from, being married to someone really super amazing, right? Career, finance, fitness, all that I've been winning, and I manifested a lot of things. I get a question a lot from a lot of people who ask me, how do I stay motivated? How do I stay consistent? Especially when I get exhausted, when I get tired, when I get demotivated. So outside of staying motivated, I feel like those things are all related and all connected. But stay to the end of the video so you can get some of this free game. Let's get it. What's going on, y'all? So your boy is out here on the nature trail, you know, just getting a little walk in, a little stroll. And I'm gonna post up somewhere here in a bit, but I figured I would get out here and talk to you guys a little bit as I'm walking to my post up spot. Just a little info. So we in a new neighborhood, bunch of nature trails. This is beautiful out here, y'all. Like, amazing. So I like to come out here sometimes, just clear my head. So in the morning, like, I like to get my runs in the morning because it's not so hot. And so in the evening, I like to get out and do a little walk. I'm gonna take you guys with me, and we're gonna post up. Let me be real transparent with y'all real quick. You know, I grew up on the east side of Detroit. On the east side, you know, y'all know that it's rough in Detroit. It could be real rough, but the things you worry about out here, it ain't really worried about the same things that you worried about in the hood. So I ain't gonna be out here that long. We talking about coyotes and alligators and, you know, all those aggressive types of wildlife, because as y'all see in the background, y'all see me kind of walking in the woods, but see, I'm walking on a pathway. Let me show y'all this. So, pathway is paved. Love our neighborhood, y'all, because, you know, a brother like me didn't grow up like this. You know, house was extremely small. I mean, I feel like our living room is probably bigger than my entire house growing up. Here's what I want to talk to you guys about. So we talk a little bit about, you know, motivation for achieving goals. And when I think about that, a couple of things come to mind. The first thing is to set realistic goals. So specific, something that's very specific, something that's measurable, something that's attainable, something that you you don't have to reach too far to it, and something that's time-based. So as an example, if I'm saying that in the next 6 months, I want to lose 20 pounds. So it's not something that's super out of line. It's something that I definitely can't do or can't make up. It's something that could possibly happen. We tend to a lot of times really compare ourselves to other people, right? And I think it's natural to compare ourselves to other people, but I think what's important as you're setting goals and trying to attain them is that you don't go too deep into that comparing yourself to someone else, because at the end of the day, someone got where they got for a reason. They put the work in. I mean, maybe they had some rich parents and their rich parents put them on a pedestal. Who knows? Everybody has a different story. Your story as you are developing into your goal or trying to attain that goal is not going to be their story. So it's important for you to stay in your lane as you're attempting to drive the car to get to that goal that you're trying to get to. So look, I also feel like it's important to plan, start, and stick to a routine. There's a lot of people who don't really have a good, I will say, routine to achieve that goal. And routines and structure is important when you're trying to attain goals. This is something I feel like I've learned in corporate America. You actually have some time to set some routines. So some of the times where I've actually been able to see some of my biggest gains was when I was actually able to set routines and stick to them on a day to day. So when it relates to, I'll say fitness, what I like to do is I'll set a specific time every day that I go work out. At one time in my life, it was the evening. At one time in my life, it was very early morning. Right now, I'm doing afternoon workouts about 12 to 1 p.m. That's my time. I know a lot of people actually eat lunch during that time, but that's actually my time to work out. And what I do is if I'm getting ready to work out, if I'm working out outside, I'll tell you it's a very specific structure that I have. What I'll do is I'll actually go running, right? But I'll run for about, I'll say 1.5, 2 miles, sometimes maybe 2.5 miles. And I'll probably walk for a half a mile, then I'll go home. I set it on my watch because I got an Apple Watch. You really don't have to have an Apple Watch to try and do something like that. Just something that's kind of tracking your distance or what's it called, your psychometrics or something like that. Something that's really measuring your heart rate, very important. But as it relates to my career, you know, when it comes to having structure, what I like to do back in the day is I would think about my plan for my 1 year plan, but then I would have a 5 year plan. For my 1 year plan, hey, I'm in this role. I want to learn how to do something in communication. I want to learn how to do something in analytics. I want to learn how to do something that relates to my specific job, my specific role. Those are my 3 goals, you know. That's in my year. So remember, time specific. So throughout time, another thing that I feel like that you're going to see is that as you're getting better at anything, there's going to be a group of people that's going to try and put you down. They're going to have jokes. They're going to try and put you down. They're going to try and make you feel bad. Ignore those people. Like, that's it. Ignore the people that try and put you down when you're leveling up. Another thing I think that's really key is that you reward yourself when you have small wins. So I'm gonna give you an example. When I first started dating my wife, I had a goal of meeting someone special. And she probably doesn't even know this, but as we got to different milestones, I rewarded myself in different ways. So give you a clear example, when I found out that, hey, you know what, this is moving in terms of our relationship is moving forward, things are going well. I'm physically moving, like moving from, y'all know, a lot of you guys know that I moved from Chicago, moved down here to Houston. And when I moved, I felt in my mind that I had already decided this is a special lady. I'm taking it to the next level. I've got to the point in my mind where I'm a strategic person. I'm calculated, strategic. I'm somewhat take some risk, but not a whole lot of deep risk. But this was a risk I was taking, but I had already made up in my mind, you know, this is someone that I'm moving forward with, right? So this was a win for me, right? Small, large, medium, whatever you want to call it. So when I did that, what I thought about is that, I want to go ahead and reward myself. So what did I do? I actually took myself to go get a massage. And a lot of people say that's a small thing that you might do, but for me, it was like, I mean, I wasn't really spending a whole lot of money on massages. Actually, I was saving up for a ring. You know, I'm talking about saving up for that ring. I think that's important. Y'all gonna have to forgive me because your boy is out here getting this. It's warm out here. Your boy is getting a little oily because sweating, man. It's like what, 8 o'clock and it's it's still like 85, 90 degrees. So here's a tip that I feel like is very important. It probably should have been closer to number 1, is that when you get off track, it's very important to pick up, start again, and just keep going. When a lot of times we want to work out, right? The thing that we think about a lot of times is, hey, I want to lose weight. Sometimes we don't think about the fact that there's always room for someone to fall off. Like, you can always fall off of your goal. You can always fall off of your square, but how do you get motivated to keep going when you're tired, when you had a long day, and all of those things? And I feel like it's just very important to not psych yourself out about falling off of your goal. You got to keep moving. You got to keep going. It's very important, because the more that you stay mentally strong, when you actually achieve your goal, that's going to make you want to go and do more. I learned a lot of times how to work out with weights. That was all I did. I didn't do any cardio. But now I've been kicking up the cardio. So hopefully y'all see that the boy is trying to slim down, you know. Hopefully the face is slimming down some and the body is slimming down. You know, the stomach is going down a little bit more. You know what I'm saying? Like, your boy has been in the gym. I've been working. So y'all, the last one I want to talk about is when you're trying to achieve a goal or do something new, what I feel like is important is that you find some sense of community. And when I talk about community, I'm talking about it's important to find a healthy group of people that you can connect to, talk to, bounce ideas off of, you know, things like that. And I say healthy because as I'm thinking about dating, you guys know there is this trend of man against woman right now, right? And with this trend of man against woman, it's quite ridiculous. I think it's quite ridiculous. I think that what's missing right now, though, is that there are productive communities. There are communities that are healthy mentally, physically, emotionally, because I'm not talking about getting with a broken community of people. Same thing for fitness, same thing for finance, you know, because a lot of the things that I talked about today, it relates all the way down the line as it relates to finance, as it relates to relationships, as it relates to career, as it relates to all of that. It's all connected. Finding a strong community of people who can keep you in check and tell you the good things, tell you the constructive things that can make you better. It is dark than a mug out here. So your boy, oh, you saw that lake? Oh, you saw the lake? Oh, let's go. Your boy's about to go back in the crib because it's getting dark and I don't have my, you know, my situations with me just in case I run up on a coyote or something. So your boy is out and I'm gonna see y'all in the next one. Peace out.